Hi.
Hey Diaba, how are you feeling after that one?
Pretty good. It was a great win.
For sure. What changed in the second half for you and for the team? I mean, to let them come back a little bit.
Um, I think it was collective effort in defense, especially rebounding. I thought rebounding was very important in the second half of the game.
Sure, you've had two really good rebounding games. I think a career high last time, and then 9 tonight. Is that a change that you're consciously making just to try to chase the ball more for rebounds?
Well, not really, but I think it was really important for this game. Um, yeah, I was not really thinking about just did it. Yeah, it's not really my goal, but if it helps the team, then it's great.
How are you guys feeling now after beating Northern Arizona twice and still being undefeated in conference?
I think we feel very confident as a team because we beat them twice, and we play really good basketball together. So we know we can count on everyone, and everyone made great efforts. So it feels really good, and we want to get better each game. And I think those two games really prove that we can do good stuff as a team.
Did you feel any more confident coming into this one after beating them on Thursday?
Yeah, sure. We we wanted to beat them twice. We were a little bit nervous playing this second game because they're a good team, but we still played hard, and thanks God we won.
Yeah, obviously we know you can score a bunch of points. How much pride do you take in your defense too?
I love it. Defense is hard, but I think it's more mental than physical. So it makes me work both mentally and physically. That's why I enjoy defense because you don't need any technique. It's just you and your body, and you just want to stop the defense, and you tell yourself go hard and don't let that person score on you. And yeah, I think it's fun.
I mean, we look at the defense as a whole as a team. Like you guys are so aggressive on defense. I feel like every team gets so overwhelmed. Just where does that mentality for the team come from?
Well, I mean, for us, defense is more important than offense. So if we play good defense, then we know that our shots are gonna fall off. Like yeah, eventually. But we put more importance in defense than offense. This is kind of our identity.
Every time I see you guys get the ball, you're taking it out of bounds by your basket. It feels like every time you guys score. I mean, how much do you guys work on that in practice? And what does coach draw up that you guys just make it work?
On what?
When you guys are on your out of bounds plays.
Oh, out of bounds? How do we work? How do we score on that?
Yeah, how do you guys score so well? And what do you guys draw up during practice? And how much do you guys practice that?
Um, Not a lot actually. Maybe 20 minutes of
The whole week, yeah.
Yeah, but every day. But yeah, we have good plays, and we just score.
Thanks, Diaba. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Hey, Diaba.
Hey.
You guys have really been able to focus on basketball for the last month with being off school, class starting back on Monday. How does that change things for the season in the game?
Well, it's gonna be a little harder because now we have to focus on two things: school and basketball. But hopefully, we'll keep our mind in basketball, even though school is important too. But yeah, we'll keep doing our things and during workout, and make sure we recover and drink a lot of water, and do regular stuff we do to have to be good physically.
Your coach says you're a big reader. Do you have any books to recommend to us?
Well, my My favorite book is from, I read a lot of book from John Wooden, and it's The Pyramid of Success. So I recommend this because it talks about basketball and about religion too. So I think spirituality for me is very important. So yeah, this is a great book I recommend. There's a Toughness, which is a great book too, and
Jay Billis.
Jay Billis, yeah, and Attitude too.
Thanks, Diaba. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but how big of a challenge was it when they went to the press? I mean, they showed it a little bit in the first half and then really went to it when they were down in the second half. I mean, how do you think you guys handled that?
Well, we try not to be nervous because yeah, they made a great comeback and then they tried to make us turn the ball over. But yeah, we also have some great plays for that. And we just try to bring the ball slowly and try not to turn the ball over.
Any added pressure when Dora went out? I mean, just what's your mindset sort of handling the last 7 minutes of the game without her?
It's really, yeah, it's kind of hard because she's important in our team. But what I liked is she was still in the game even if she was not on the court, because she was cheering for us and she showed support. But yeah, I thought that was really important.
Awesome. Thank you, Diaba.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
Better and better.
Bye.
Good job.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Coach, how's it going?
Good, 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 good.
I mean, it kind of got to that heart attack game once again. Not as close as last time, but still they turned into that lead. You know, just what happened between those two takes of the two halves.
Well, you first you got to give credit to NAU. You know, they looked tired, they looked lethargic in the first half, and we were playing really good defense. They were missing shots, and you kind of feel like you have a chance. And in the second half, they did an amazing job of regrouping and getting aggressive. We did okay job taking away the three, but they got three the hard way several times, driving to the basket, getting and ones. You know, and sometimes that's a tough situation to manage. And what I mean is that, you know, you get up by almost 20 really early. Now, do you stay confident and just keep going for it and playing fast and playing your normal game? Or do you try to just manage the possessions? If you play really fast and confident, but you miss shots, you give them possessions to get back in the game. If you slow it down and manage it and try to just burn a lot of clock, then sometimes your confidence goes down. You know, sometimes you get nervous and tight, and it allows the other team to get back in it. So that's a tough situation to manage, and part of that is my responsibility. You know, and I'm just as much to blame about their comeback as anybody. You know, you got to find a way to stay confident, but not get wild with your possessions.
You know, was this week a good learning week when it comes to just management from a close game on the first game and this game where you kind of have a lead and you're just trying to manage that too? Did you really learn this week and the team did too?
Yeah, we learned a lot between the two games, and I think we've also built some confidence. That's a good team that we played against, and to be good teams, it usually builds your confidence.
I mean, what's like the mood in the locker room when you guys, you know, this is your 7th straight win? You know, how did you just keep on rolling them? And, you know, what is the locker room just, how do they feel?
Happy, excited, focused on the next game. Now focused on school starting on Monday, focused on not getting COVID and ruining our momentum. And tired. After tonight, we were tired in the locker room.
I mean, is the turnovers and, you know, Dora fouling out kind of concern you still?
Yeah, but like I said, part of that was me. You know, I think I made us a little tight unnecessarily. What hurt us with Dora going out was just ball handling on the offensive end, handling the press. I thought Montana did an amazing job on the defensive end, especially within those last 3-4 offensive possessions of Northern Arizona. Montana did a fantastic job. But yeah, not having another point guard running around out there when you're being pressed can be difficult.
How nice is it to have your program winning and the men program winning as well too? Just kind of just build that excitement in Pocatello, and it kind of gets everyone galvanized for basketball season even more.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's just a great feeling, great positive vibes around the athletic department and around the university.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thanks, Adrian. Corinne or Andrew, you got anything or?
Go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Ellie Smith has been playing really well. Did you just want to reward her with that by starting her today?
Ellie? Yeah, we're just going to keep alternating. You know, Delaney's done a great job too. But I would absolutely agree that Ellie's playing well. I think we're in a good rhythm and we're winning. So I don't really want to screw with it. We're going to just keep doing what we've been doing.
You kind of talked about how the team's tired. You guys are on the road this week. What is the next couple days going to look like for the team going back to school and everything?
Well, we're going to take tomorrow off, obviously. And then Monday, we're going to do light workout recovery day. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, really get into preparing for Sac State. So, and Monday, you don't want to make Monday too crazy because people are starting to go back to school and they're learning their new schedules and they're trying to figure things out. So you try to take some things off their plate.
I know we talked about defense, but all your starters had double digits in points today. How do they feed off of each other, all shooting so well today?
I don't know. They all like each other. They seem to be really in tune with each other. They feel when, momentum is positive and when it's negative. And that's just coming from experience. They're all older. Diaba might be the youngest in that group. But they've kind of figured it out, some things on their own.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
How close do you think the first half was to, sort of how well you think you can play? I mean, how close do you think it was to your ceiling?
I would agree that that's kind of where you think you can be. I don't know if we can shoot 60 and 70% every quarter, but I think some of those rhythms and some of that momentum we felt is where, that's where I think we can be.
Gotcha. How big was the Steffi down the stretch, especially just making those free throws after she had missed 4 in a row, but also, she sort of picked up some of the ball handling when Dora went out.
I'm really proud of her. She had, in the middle of that fourth quarter, she had a setback in terms of missing those free throws. We have this free throw ladder that we have in the locker room, and the best free throw shooters at the top of the ladder, and so on and down. And we do a free throw challenge every day in practice where people challenge each other, where you can move up or down this ladder, right? And if you're at the top of the ladder, you're the best free throw shooter, and you're the one that's supposed to shoot the technical fouls and things like that. And for years, she's been at the top of the ladder, so we know that she's a good free throw shooter. So for her to miss 4 in a row is kind of devastating to her. But I was really proud of how she gathered herself and started knocking them down after that and handling the ball. We needed her to handle the ball because with Dora out.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the misses, it seemed like she was really frustrated with herself sort of in the middle of that run.
Yeah, and we made some defensive mistakes, I think, that bothered her, and also, I think she thought she probably should have picked up a couple fouls that she didn't get, and that adds to the frustration, and it kind of built. But I'm very proud of how she composed herself.
Were you having flashbacks to your game against them last year when they started coming back, from 20 points?
That's so funny. That's the exact same thing I said in the locker room.
Yeah.
This is the exact same scenario we had last year in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
And but the tables are turned. So now they're in this position where they can come back and we can let them, or we can figure it out. And knowing that, sometimes when you get down early, that much early, you kind of know what the plan is. You're going to try to chisel away at it. You're going to try to set small goals next time out by the end of the quarter to keep cutting into the lead. and just know how to approach it. And so when you have that situation, you have to just be really solid. And it's again, like I said, it's a tough thing for me to coach, just knowing, do you keep your foot on the pedal and give them the possessions if you're not making shots, or do you just try to manage it slowly, burn clock?
Diaba talked about this a little bit. How big is it to get, some easy looks off of the out of bounds plays under your own basket? And how much time do you spend into sort of drawing those up?
You have to give a lot of the credit to players just executing. You can have a great baseline out of bounds plays, but if you don't set good screens and execute them, then what good are they? But it's funny, a coach from University of San Diego approached me 2 summers ago and said, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And her name is Cindy Fisher, and I've known Cindy for a long time. And I was like, "Hey, what's going on? What's up? What do you want to meet about?" She said, "You guys were number 1 in the nation 2 years ago." She's talking. "You guys are number 1 in the nation scoring on baseline out of bounds play." And I didn't even know that. I was like, "Really? Like, where did you see that?" And she's like, "Oh, it was on Synergy or something." And so I didn't really realize that, but yeah, we're pretty effective at it. I think we're prepared. We know how people are going to approach the baseline out of bounds plays, and it's not every game where we are scoring on them, but we seem to get a couple buckets here and there on baseline out of bounds plays every game.
The other look that I liked was right at the start of the second half. They scored 4 straight, I think, coming out of halftime, and then you guys posted up Diaba, posted up at Steffi. Is that something where you could do that a little bit more, just posting up the guards and trying to get that look?
I think so. The nice thing about that is that was not a play. They're reading on their own. They're knowing, like when Diaba turns a drive into a post up, that's not a play. She's reading it. And that's the level we want to get to with our freelance motion. We don't want to have a lot of scripted things that people can prepare for. We want to just be able to make reads and counter how the defense defends things.
You guys have had a lot of luck with injury. I know you thought Rashid might play today. Turns out she didn't. I mean, you played Northern Colorado, obviously shorthanded. How big has it been for you to just have the full team? And I know Tamika was out this weekend, but to just generally have the full team available.
It's a blessing. And I've been on the other side of that a lot of times,
Yeah.
especially with Steffi being hurt last year. So I feel for people when they're in that situation, and I know how big it is when they can still win without those people being out. You saw that with Northern Arizona early in the year with UNLV, and they lost to tough teams in Arizona and Grand Canyon, but they had a couple other wins in there without Rashid, and you just know how big it is to win when you're missing people like that. But we've been lucky, and we always just try to stay healthy. Hopefully our strength and conditioning that we do helps us a lot with injury prevention, and helps us be strong down the stretch.
How does this set you up just going into the rest of conference play? I mean, going in against Sacramento State, I mean, you're right where you want to be.
It gives you some wiggle room, I think. It gives you some wiggle room if you have a couple bumps in the road there, and that I expect that. I expect that to happen, and hopefully we can just rebound from it when it happens. But it was big to get some wiggle room, from the rest of the pack.
Awesome. Thank you, Seton.
Thanks, Andrew.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Yep.